This weekend, Ryan walks to a tunnel, Andy is avoiding homelessness, and we review two unrelated versions of Burger Time. I'm Ryan,
I'm Andy.
and this is Weekend Rental, episode 230. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Andy, it's been a bit. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
Just staying here in America.
Oh, yeah.
The nightmare that is here.
So
But
boring.
I heard you got a vacation.
I did. And actually, that might be the highlight of the vacation, was being completely unplugged from our news cycle for an entire week. So, yeah, my family and I, my wife, I took my kids, took a week-long trip to Norway. I'd gotten a really good deal on some tickets, and the kids were jealous that they didn't get to go a couple of years ago when I took my parents. So we did that whole thing. And man, a week for international flights like that is not enough time on the ground to like really recalibrate. I don't feel like. But yeah, it was pretty good. Everything went pretty smooth. I was a little worried about the flights because part of me getting cheap tickets was no additional checked baggage and then no seat selection. So I was like, God, I hope they don't just like stick us all in like middle seats all spread apart. And it actually worked out pretty well that we got like in pairs on the way there. And then on the way back, we got a full row and then one on the aisle. So
Oh, wow.
it was pretty good. It definitely makes me certain that paying for seat selection is 100% a scam because they're just going to seat you together anyway. So
Right. They're just decent anyway. They probably lost their ass on those tickets, though, considering how much like jet fuel costs now, right?
Yeah, except I will say, like, Icelandair being a budget airline got even more budget. So the last time I traveled a couple of years ago, they come by with the cart, you want beer, whatever, water, pop, coffee. I ordered 2 Cokes. I got a Coke, a glass of Coke, and my son got a glass of Coke. And then the lady pulls out the credit card reader. I'm like, you fucking kidding me right now? Like, you're so cheap that you won't give me a glass of Coke? So I was pissed. And then the rest of the time, I didn't order any beverages at all. It was just like, are they going to charge me for water now, too? I'm like, it's like, you're giving us nothing. Just give me a sip of Coke for a 6-hour flight.
All I wanted was a Pepsi.
Yeah, no, it was good. We had like remarkably good weather in Bergen for 2 days, like 2 days of like sun, which is kind of a rarity there. And then for the most part, had a good time. My 12-year-old son was about as grating on the entire family as I expected him to be, so that wasn't super fun to do. And don't get me wrong, like, I had a good time spending time with him because he just lives in his bedroom and doesn't come out here. I haven't seen him basically since we got back, but it was a little much at times. He got obsessed with the fact that he could feed pigeons bread. So that's all he wanted to do. I was like, dude, we can go to a bridge back home. You can feed all the fucking pigeons you want. This isn't special. And he would just get like fixated on the stupidest crap and just ask a million times. Like, there were the rental like lift scooter things you could get. So he was like always begging. I'm like, no, dude, like, I'm not checking out this way too powerful scooter for you in a foreign country so you can kill yourself and go to the hospital. And then, yeah, we did a lot of walking, and he was the one who refused to let us buy him new shoes. So he had like crappy shoes. He was complaining that his feet hurt. I was like, I told you, man. Like, I think the one day we walked like 33,000 steps.
Oh, wow.
Because I effed up. This is our first full day there. And I wanted to go through the world's longest bike tunnel. I was like, that sounds cool. Like, I watched some videos on it, and like, there's not really a good description on where it starts, but like, there's some blogs that are like, okay, start in this part of town. I'm like, cool, that's right where we're staying, right? So we start walking, and then I realized we've been walking for like an hour. So I'm like stopping and researching this more, and I realized I completely effed up, and that the start of this tunnel is like 7 miles out of town. So we walked for 2.5 hours to get to the start of the tunnel, and I was like, all right, it's 2 miles. Like, we're going through this thing. We came all the way here. So he was just like losing it by the time we found the tunnel, obviously. Yeah. And then the only real hiccup was I got an email from VY, which is the train company there, on the Tuesday of the trip. I had booked a train to go to Oslo on Saturday morning, and I'd ordered or I'd paid for a private compartment, right? So you got like a compartment that can seat up to six people. You got like big, nice couches, table. Basically, we're gonna make a day of it, have a picnic, play some board games. They're like, ah, yeah, your train's not available anymore. Here's four seats. I'm like, what? So
Mm.
I look, and they don't even give us seats that are together. I'm like, well, that sucks. I'm like, but I can do nothing about this because I have to get to Oslo to catch our flight on that Monday. So I'm like, well, whatever. That stinks. I'm like, I'm sure they at least gave us business class for the amount of money I paid, right? Oh no, no, we got standard shitty seats in an old, outdated train, and I found out what happened on the morning that we went to the train was it was the Norway Cup, and Bergen had made it into the Norway Cup, so they ran a special train half an hour before our train to take the football fans, I'm sorry, to Oslo to watch the game. So they got our nice train, and we got on something that looked like it was probably like 40 years old and just sucked. And that's what we rode on. So that was kind of a bummer. Like, I mean, it's still beautiful. You go through the mountains and see a lot of the landscape and stuff, but it's like, one, not very comfortable. There's nowhere to really eat. So that kind of
So
sucked.
yeah, I mean that's definitely maybe the first and only time where soccer has definitely interfered with your life.
Yes. Yes. And once we got to Oslo, I met up with a buddy of mine, and then we went together that evening, kind of broke off from the family and I went to like an actual like soccer pub and watched the game, like packed house. So that was actually really cool. Went to, because it was a championship game, I guess you can't tie. So I went to like a forced
Hmm.
overtime, stayed tied, and then went to a shootout. And I think Bergen ended up losing by 1 point. I think some team from way up north that plays in like snow all the time won. So that was a cool experience. But yeah, and I think everybody had a good time. The kids didn't like Oslo as much. We did. My daughter really wanted to see the Munch Museum, the guy who's painted the Scream. So we took her to that, only to find out that they had the Scream like closed off, and they just
Oh
showed you like a
gosh.
black and white print of it. I'm like, I could buy this at Barnes and Nobles back home. Like, why did I pay money to come here? Because like the rest of his
Hmm.
art is like super depressing. It's like opium crack whores, like on couches and like dead babies and stuff. So
Hmm.
it's not like the most uplifting museum. Um, but I think they had fun. I think they just kind of appreciated Bergen a little bit more, and it being kind of the smaller town where obviously Oslo is the big crazy city. And then on top of like the 30,000 people in town for the soccer game that Saturday we were there was also 80,000 people in town for like the world's or like Europe's largest like foot race. So town was nuts, to say the
Wow.
least.
Huh.
But yeah, we made it back. I mean, Norway's always a fun time. Everybody was pretty cool, and kind of did all the things. Like when you have 6 days, it's like every day you've got something in the agenda you're going to knock off, and we managed to get it all in. So
So your kids had a kind of a new appreciation for that's the first time they've gone to like somewhere actually foreign, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't really, Canada above
No.
us is mostly an extension of North Dakota for the most
Yeah.
part. So yeah, I think it was kind of like a good experience for them. I mean, I think it probably registered with our daughter more being a little older, but Ryder still had a good time.
Hmm.
So it was always like the little things though. Like you go up to like the one mountain park and there's goats. So it's like, oh, we're gonna spend like an hour and a half petting goats, which I'm like, I don't care. Like there's a bar up here too. So I'm gonna sit and look at this view. You guys go have fun. I'm gonna drink a beer and enjoy this. So
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, it was, and then we were complete ass hats because we got back like Monday, 6:30. I made it home by 11. We put the kids back in school right away. And then Jill and I took 2 days off after that to recover. Although I did have to get up at 6 in the morning on that Tuesday because it just happened to be our cleanup week. So we had like staged all the shit we had to throw out and then got up
Mm.
super early and put it out. But yeah, it was a little more of an easy recovery for the two of us. I think last week was a lot of kids falling asleep and taking naps after dinner and then waking back up for a little bit and
Mm.
crashing.
Yeah. What is it? Like 8 hours
7 with daylight
difference?
savings, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Huh.
that's like the rough part was like, well, I always really struggle like the second day over there. I did both times. I actually got really sick on Tuesday for a while and had to like take a nap on the couch, but way back kind of becomes brutal because with the way the time changes and the layover, you're basically up 23 hours, like if you time everything right. So that was a lot. But I mean, our flight left at 1 at that time, and then we were home by 6:30 our time, so didn't feel
No.
too bad.
Mm.
It's just that freaking Iceland airport is like so under infrastructured. So it's like we had a 2-hour layover on the way back, but like they don't have enough terminal space. So they like park you out in the like flat part of the airport and funnel you all into a bus. Then the bus has to drive you all the way over to the terminal. So like that ends up eating like 35 to 45 minutes of your time. So like, and then you got to go through customs. So so like you're just sprinting to kind of like get on that next plane. So that's always like hectic as hell. But
Yeah. Huh.
other than that, I'm not going to complain. I mean, everything went remarkably smooth and everybody had a good time. So
Eat
now I
anything
just
different this time? Any
we let the kids try a lot of stuff. I didn't eat anything like totally. I probably ate less weird stuff. Like I didn't eat any whale or anything like that. But ate a lot of seafood and had some venison, and
hmm,
it was good.
yeah,
And my wife is obsessed with the ice cream over there, so she was eating like soft serve ice cream like twice a day. So
because it's real ice cream, probably.
yeah, it's remarkably different. Like I think they make it with like actual heavy cream, so it's like your soft serve cone is almost like you're eating like really rich Cool Whip. It's so good.
Oh, huh,
So yeah,
huh.
a lot of that and a lot of pastries and breads because their bakeries over there are so good. It's like if you passed a bakery, we were like popping in and grabbing a roll every time.
Did
So
you wear your big American flag shirts or anything like that? Or
no, no. I tried to keep a low profile. At and we went to the aquarium and the lady like selling us her tickets like asked us what country we were from and I was like kind of paused and I was like the US. I was like and then it's like I almost wanted to follow that with an apology, but I'm like I'm just going to try to make this as least uncomfortable as I can. So but yeah, the timing in May was great cuz like you're just starting like things are just starting to operate for like the tourist cycle, so there was like hardly any crowds. Like I think even the fjord tour boat we were on was maybe like a third full. So
oh
it was
wow, yeah.
it was pretty easy to get into restaurants without reservations and easy to get on all the tours and stuff you want. I mean, we did a lot of it walking because you just can. But yeah,
Do they
good.
are they all year round or they have summers off for school?
I believe they get summers off. Yeah, their kids were
Okay.
definitely still in school because there were a lot of school kids getting like led on walks and sightseeing stuff. They like I love how they do the school stuff over there because it was like well, we ran into a couple preschool classes, might even been the same one, just 2 different days. But like so little supervision, and they're like in big cities, just like kind of running around. But they just like stick them in reflective like road worker vests. And on the back, it has the phone number and the name of the school. So it's like, well, I guess if they get lost, someone's gonna return them, right?
Yep.
And the one morning we were up, we took Bergen's famous for its mountains, and one of them you can take the Ulriken, which is like a big ski gondola shuttle up there to the peak of the mountain, and we went really early one day and had breakfast up there at the restaurant. We didn't hike around much because there was still snow, but like half an hour after being there, like this preschool class shows up, and like this is like on a mountain cliff. There are sheer cliffs all around this thing, and then there's also like brick walls separating some of the stuff, and like they had like supervision, but like there were like 4-year olds like just scaling 6 foot like concrete walls and like running up and down them, and like nobody's worried at all. It's just like they're just feral children over there. It's interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
And then luckily timed our descent down in the gondola with that same class of like, screaming 4-year
Oh
olds.
yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
Loved that. uh, yeah. Yeah, no, it was good. I'm ready for a new adventure now though, so gotta figure out somewhere to go. I think Jill and I really
Mm.
want to do the Dublin thing without the kids and do
Hmm.
like the whole pub crawls and stuff and all that. I mean, obviously we could bring the kids. Let's just say it's a very different trip on those things when you're taking children. So
Yeah.
Even almost teenage children, both of them. Well, my one daughter is obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you do anything fun?
I sat on the couch that was about, 20 feet away from here and played video games. So
It's also fun. uh,
quite a different
Next
week.
time I'll just smuggle you in my carry-on. You can come with us. You can fold down into like a 15 by 19 bag, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I lost a few 100 pounds.
Yeah, I guess that like 20 kilogram limit might set off some alarms when we weigh our
Mm-hmm.
bags to check in. Um, well, as far as like video game stuff, like I haven't had a ton of time to recalibrate and get into things, but I did see some of this is old news, but it was news to me when I got back. We apparently got a Star Fox Direct, which they then showed like the movie stuff, which just kind of confirms that Star Fox was only in that movie to help get kids excited about a Star Fox game.
Yeah.
And we're not even getting a new Star Fox game. We're just getting Star Fox 64 remastered, but they're not even calling it that. They're just calling it Star Fox.
I think that's part of the marketing thing where it's like, just, hey kids, it's this new character, Star Fox, or,
He was so zany. Play this game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it. I was really hoping it'd be like a new thing, but I think isn't 64 probably considered like the pinnacle of Star Fox games? Like probably the if not
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo one, it's that one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's people that like the GameCube ones for different reasons too, but
I forget that there's ones on the GameCube. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know why that needed to be like a 17-minute direct or whatever it was. Like I just like fast forwarded through 90% of it. And then I was like, I mean, I guess this looks neat. But like as soon as they were like, it's Star Fox 64, I was like, well, that's lame. And then you just drop it like so close too. Like I suppose they're trying to time it with the movie hype. But like the thing comes out in a month. Is that right?
yeah, which is weird that they didn't have that already. Yeah, I don't know. They probably have a plan for it. I guess I'm not going to question it.
Yeah. The two-player mode looked neat, like with the gunner and the mouse
Mm.
controls.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the way to play through it.
And from now on, I'm just going to call into this podcast as the Star Fox voice or motion capture thing.
There's a
Do you
motion
see
capture
that?
thing?
Oh
No.
yeah, the whole camera thing on the, you can do your chats or whatever through Switch or whatever.
Oh, sure.
There's a whole thing for that where you can be Fox or any of the other, I think maybe a couple other ones,
You're
but it
gonna be
just
the
does.
frog and just scream dual barrel roll, obviously,
Yeah,
right? I mean, that's what we
yeah,
all want.
yeah,
I missed that part. I'm sure I fast forwarded over it. I have yet to try that. Although I think I
yeah.
launched it at one point and then backed out because I was getting like, their online reward points. So it was like the objective one
Mm,
period. So yeah. Well, we did get some stuff though, right? Like there's a bunch of new Virtual Boy games I think that dropped. I haven't really
mm-hmm.
looked into that. Maybe
Jack
some other.
Brothers, which is a
Yeah,
rare
Jack
one.
Brothers is the big one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If only it was playable on my screen, so I don't have to stick my face in that miserable fucking plastic shell.
Yeah.
And then we also
It,
got the inevitable news that we're all going to be paying $50 more for our consoles for Nintendo.
mm-hmm.
Which I think it's funny that in Japan it's like right now, but like in the US, they're like you have until September 21st. Like, do we just have more supply over here, or like
Yeah.
what's the deal?
Yeah. What's going on? I mean, it's surprising that it took them this. I mean, they already did one,
Yes,
right? But
right,
it's surprising still that they haven't done it again.
yeah.
That the other guys, they did 100. Was it PlayStation 150 when they upped it?
PlayStation cumulatively has gone up 150 over the last two increases. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it's kind of wild.
yeah. It's great when you're like forced to panic buy consoles at launch because it's the cheapest they might ever be. It's
Yeah,
a weird world we live in. I mean,
yeah.
I know things are looking up and prices are going down because I was super happy to land after my week of vacation, find out the gas had gone up 40 fucking cents a gallon again.
Yep.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, it does not stop.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got an email today. Uh, I must be on Plex, their list, and they've been. I mean, for decades now, they've been slinging a lifetime membership where you
Yeah,
could
that
just pay for.
$99 thing or whatever.
Yeah, it would be 99, sometimes like $80 or whatever.
Hmm.
Guess what it is right now?
Huh.
It, it increased from $250.
It was at 250.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you better get it now. It's going up in June. It's at 250 right now. We're increasing it to $750."
What is? Do you suppose that's just like direct correlation to what more memory is going to cost them to build out their like platform? Because
I
I
don't
thought you had
know.
to have your own storage for Plex.
Yeah,
You
you do.
not?
Well, they've been I don't know what their problem is because I don't know if they got into a different owner or something, obviously, or maybe they're into like we need to make money off this thing now,
Sure.
which is this kind of signals that they just want to get rid of the lifetime thing because like who would buy that? It's just kind of a
Yeah.
last pump the here's their last price to get 250 out of you, right? Um
Yeah.
but yeah, they I think they took out like the option for like running your own Netflix type thing. Although you have it, right?
I
Somebody,
have access to somebody's server. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if they're paying for that or if that's a premium thing now or what.
I'm guessing that person's paying for it.
Hmm.
Um, which I'm just amazed that Plex has stayed around too, because like let's be honest, like 99% of people are not using it for its intended purpose, and it is
Right.
quite literally just for piracy.
Hmm.
Like nobody's locking their stuff down and just copying home videos and DVDs over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
there's so many like softwares now, open source stuff, free stuff that's like 90% of that anyway. So
Right.
it's really weird.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of the brand recognition in that space. Like of all the things you could do, that's the one that casual people, I feel like have heard of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's insane. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, even at
It's
250, that's way too much. But 700,
I laughed at that. I like I don't know the last time I got a marketing email or something like that, and I actually like cackled at it.
because you have a Plex server, right? Did you buy like a lifetime subscription back then?
I don't have one. No, I
Oh
never
yeah,
got one.
okay. I thought you
I
did.
should have. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'd have to go remember. But
Yeah.
I would
Well,
imagine
you
that
were
they're
doing
not trying to
something
sell it.
because I know you were like trying to back up all your DVDs and stuff and Blu-rays at one point.
Yeah, I do have all that stuff, and I have a Plex kind of for that, which I think that still works locally in the same way. I don't. I haven't looked
Sure.
at their feature list, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see like what happens with some of these other streaming platforms too. If we're just going to continue to see more price hikes over the next year or so.
yeah,
'Cause it seems like every year now, all the services are going up, and now more and more of them are merging. And I don't know.
yeah. When that one goes through, I who knows what that's going to cost? The HBO Paramount one and
Yeah.
Hulu Disney. They're going to be like, oh, Hulu's finally in. Now we're going to charge you more.
Yeah. Why is it not down to one app yet? I thought they said it was
Yeah.
going to be like February that it was one brand, and now it's
Hmm.
still not. I don't get it. I think it's like time to just go back to like Pirate Bay and call it good.
Yeah.
Or just stick with YouTube and its ungodly amount of ads these days.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, you could realistically, if you were like knew what you wanted to watch, you could go out and buy it. And for the free time that you normally have to watch things anymore,
Hmm.
it might be cheaper. I
Yeah.
mean, you just have to be on the ball of what you want to watch instead of just scrolling through things to try and find something. But
Yeah. Well, speaking of YouTube, we had a topic on here that I thoroughly enjoyed. I don't know if you've watched Austin Evans much on YouTube. He's kind of like he's the guy that like I think you just always confuse with the Linus Tech Tip guy. It's like separate channels.
Mm.
He's he's just a nerdy tech bro. He does a lot of like buying consoles off Timu, or like how much did I actually get ripped off by like DK Oldies, and like he does a lot of that stuff. And he uploaded a video a few days ago that I watched that caught my attention immediately because it was buying video game or gaming consoles off of Rent-A-Center. And I was like,
Oh.
oh. And for those who don't know, I right out of college, I worked for Rent-A-Center for 5 years, and then it was just like a 15-minute video of him like explaining like how much information they collect from you, and the fact that you will pay double for this stuff, and then like if you don't do the 90 days same as cash option, you're basically like hosed, and it's like predatory business. Is like, yeah, man, like it's a disgusting business model, and it is like completely built on taking advantage of people that are just financially illiterate. Because like I don't know what they currently charge for current gen consoles, but like when we were doing it, the cash buyout option was almost already 40% on top of retail cost.
Oh,
And that's if you
wow.
bought it out in 90 days. And then you don't do the 90 days, you're paying double that whenever you choose to pay it off. Usually it's like a 9-month term or something. But yeah, it was just kind of like funny watching somebody like dive into it and be like, this is horrible. This company's horrible. How are they? I'm like, yeah, man, they're horrible. They've always been horrible. Like I just
I
kind
feel
of
like they're
laugh.
much smaller now, though. Like, I don't see them as much.
Yeah, they're still
Even,
around, but like you don't see ads and things like I feel
yeah,
like you used to. And there's a lot of competitors too, like that Aaron's got pretty big.
yeah. Well, and
Um,
Klarna and all that type of stuff is probably eating its lunch too, right? Because you could just
yeah.
do it that way now.
Well, and I think like, their big stuff was like electronics when TVs were super expensive, and yeah, you couldn't get a flat screen for $100, and you couldn't go on Wayfair or Amazon and get a couch for like $200. Like,
Hmm.
although most of their customer base, from my experience, wouldn't have the $200 to pay for those things anyway. Because what's better than being financially responsible and just saving for 6 weeks, paying $20 a week for something that costs 4 times what it's worth? So,
Yeah. Just being,
but
just for the impulse purchase of it most of the time too.
yeah, I just, it brought back a lot of memories, and I forwarded to the couple people I still talk to that worked there with me, and everybody was just laughing about it. So, I thought it was pretty great. Don't shop at Rent-A-Center, people. Listen to Austin. Don't do it.
Oh, can you like what is a PlayStation 5 then at this point? It's like
I don't know.
$1,500?
Yeah. Well, and if you are going to shop at Rent-A-Center, let me give you a pro tip. Like, they don't check your credit score at all. And if you just don't answer their door and avoid them for long enough, they just write it off. So you can get a free whatever you want. If
Hmm.
you're fine with them calling your contacts, sending you letters, and knocking on your door daily for 3 months. But if you can put up with that, free. And they can't charge criminal charges unless you assault them. So,
Huh.
fun fact.
Wow. And
Yeah.
this, yeah, since they don't have your credit, then I suppose they can't go after your,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you get a
wow.
certain window and then it's just charged off. Which I
Hmm.
mean, people do that a lot anyway. But yeah.
Well, that's that's probably why they cost twice as much because they're like 1 and 2 actually go through.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it's overhead loss. Well, and like the way their back end accounting and stuff works too is like so stupid. Like you would have items in there like a couch set or something that you'd rent out to like, I don't know, let's just say you rented it to 8 people over like a 3-year run, made however much money on this thing above its cost, but then they would still deem it as like a loss on like your balance sheet when
Hmm.
it's sold and stuff. It's just like, no, like, no, you're making a ton of money. Stop making it seem like we're underperforming. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But you've been playing anything?
Yeah, I've actually been playing a lot. Um, Bunch of stuff has been hitting Game Pass
Hmm.
and catching up on some stuff. The two newest ones I've been playing a lot of. One of them was just released today. Actually, was Forza Horizon.
6, right?
Yeah, the sixth entry, which seems impossible that there's already six of those games,
Yeah.
and they've not changed the formula at all across all 6 games. It's pretty much the same game again. It's
Really?
just like now we're in Japan, so there's a lot more like Japanese focus on the art and the cars and stuff like
Cars.
that. But which
Is
is
there
also surprising that
drifting?
they haven't done. Yeah, there's. I mean, they're doing that thing. The initial
Yeah.
D, all that stuff. Um, it's surprising that they haven't done it before, but Need for Speed and all those have all done that, and I suppose when you get in the history of video Japanese cars, I mean, Gran Turismo does like a crazy deep dive into that because
Yeah.
so I can see why they haven't, maybe because there's been so much overlap there before, but the graphics are crazy. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
They've finally harnessed the power of the Xbox Series
I've been
X.
playing on PC now, but
Oh, have you?
yeah.
Yeah. I suppose you can control way more on that, right?
hmm Yeah. But I mean, it's the same thing. It's kind of crazy that they haven't done anything different, but
I mean, if it works, people love those games and they sell.
hmm
So,
yeah.
because when was the previous entry? Was it like 2 years ago now? There was a
Oh,
pretty
it might
good
have
gap,
been,
right?
yeah, it might have been a while. I come to think of it, because this developer is also making the new Fable game.
Oh,
Um, and I think
totally.
they've done like 2 Horizons in between since they've announced that Fable game. So,
I mean, you can do that with a Fable game, though. Like, people never expect them to ship on time. So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I did see a little bit of buzz about that one. I played the last one for a bit, but kind of just casually. Like, I don't even know if I did too many races. I mostly just played around with the engine and just kind of flew through desert and cliffs, and I don't know.
yeah.
It's a good casual game to put on when you're kind of like half paying attention to something else and want to.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, just like the spectacle of it, like the lighting effects and like the terrain. It's also it's so much like sensory overload. It's great.
Yep. And yeah, when you're would they just give you a fast car right out of the gate too? For me, I
Hmm.
think it's because I played previous ones. They give it to you, so it's just like go nuts out in the like you said, the mountains and stuff. You're just
Yeah.
flying off cliffs, and then you hit like the signs that give you XP, and it's like, oh, you hit 1 out of 2,000. It's like, oh my god.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and like all the ghost cars too, and like all your friends zipping by and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. In that regard, they really nailed it because I mean, ever since PlayStation 2, all those old racing games, it's always been I wish I could just drive wherever.
Yeah.
And that's Horizon.
Yeah, the Horizon stuff reminds me so much of Burnout Paradise, which is like still one of my favorite
hmm
racing games of all time, but it's just like so much more freedom. Because like Burnout Paradise, you're always locked for the most part to the street grid, but they're just like not like go for anything in Horizon.
Yep.
So yeah. And then I saw you've been playing another game that people are very upset about.
Yeah, I've been playing Subnautica 2.
But you
I
can't kill the fish, Andy. This is a problem. You can't kill the
I
fish.
yeah. I guess I hadn't heard that, but I
It's
guess I haven't tried
yeah.
either.
Everyone is very mad that you can't kill the larger fish and that they
Huh.
are always a nuisance. So
That I guess that does make sense, because there was one following me and I kept hitting it. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have the right weapon. But
yeah.
uh I've been playing with Amanda co-op, which has been pretty good. But yeah, she's just like, I don't know if I can handle this. The whole like, you don't know where these fish are coming from, because it's just they could come up from
Right.
from any direction because you're in
Yeah.
the ocean, and then they're just hacking you to pieces, and it's quite
And this
abrupt.
is still early access, right? Like this is the full release.
Yeah, yeah, but it seems like a lot of same type of. I mean, it again, better graphics. There's a lot more story in this. I mean, even the first one had a surprising a lot of story for the type
Yeah.
of game it was, but this one has a lot too. Um,
Yeah, I've never really played it. I watched a full let's play of the first game though and thought it was really cool.
mhm.
Watched that like Neebs gaming one where they did like such a great let's play of that because like you got the one character playing the game, then the other people because it's like a four-man crew, they would just like take turns and pretend they were like recovery like home base workers and that they were like sending a new ship to like pick them up on Mars and like checking in on them and like it was pretty well done. But yeah, two I think has my interest because one I don't know anything about the new game, so I think if I'm gonna pick one up and play it, it'll probably be this one.
Yeah, I mean it's good, especially if you like those type of crafting games and
Yeah,
stuff. It's really good. I like how they lock it. The stuff that you research. You actually have to go find it and scan different parts of it before you actually understand how to build it and make it
yeah.
right. Which is cool.
What's the progression like? Is it pretty good? Like, or are they just drip
Yeah.
feeding?
It also because of that, you end up finding stuff that maybe they didn't intend to find right away.
Sure,
So you're like, well, I know how to build this, but it requires components that I've never seen before,
sure. Yeah, so if you're really paying attention, you're probably gonna find stuff out of order then
Yeah. Yeah.
checking everything. That's cool. Is it like kind of the same premise? Like you've crash landed on an alien planet and I know you're
Yeah, you're looking for other people that were there, and so far it has not been not been a good time for the people that were there previously, but
finding a lot of corpses, are we?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's probably a different story altogether because the last one was like it's like aliens or something at the end. I don't
Yeah.
remember. It got really weird at the end.
Yeah, you found like a weird alien ship towards the end. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Is it like so you can do co-op, but is there online like four player or is two people in a session the max?
I I think it is probably 4 player. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say it doesn't have split screen, so I'm on PC and then she's on the Xbox right now, but
Sure. So that's on
so it's
Game
a lot
Pass,
of
I assume.
yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a cool one. I also need to check out that Yoshi game that is getting very mixed
Oh, yeah.
reviews. People are either like perfect or like it sucks, which I kind of feel like is how all those Yoshi games land.
That's Yoshi, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's like really the only noteworthy thing coming out for the Switch for the next month. And then I guess that Splatoon game has me very excited because I don't like what Splatoon is. I like single player stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah, it's
neat.
actually surprising they're doing that.
It's surprising it took them this long. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? They did three of the other thing. You could have just done a forever game and could have had the original Splatoon still running, like every other live service game does.
Mhm.
But that's not Nintendo, I guess.
Yeah. I should grab that Tomodachi Life game. See
I
how
heard
that
that
is,
that
but
like was poorly timed from people like with that Pacopia game. Like they're both sort of the same sort of like cozy
mhm.
casual builder thing. It's like it's weird that they chose to do two of these back to back essentially.
Yeah. There's there's a lot going on. Gaming wise, there's a lot to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Outbound got fully released too.
Yeah, that's on
Um,
Game Pass now too. Yeah.
that's on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Okay, good because I almost bought it and then I watched some reviews and people are like, "Yeah," and they'll like wait for a sale because like I guess the progression stuff never really gets
Mm.
super impactful. So I'll have to play that on Game Pass then because I do want to play more. I just don't want to pay 20 some dollars for it right now. But
Yeah.
that one could be fun. But I think you can do four people online with that. So
Yeah. Maybe
we
we'll
could
have to
do
do
some
that one.
sessions. That or Subnautica, I suppose. Well,
Yeah.
we still need to play Monster Hunter. I'm way behind on these games. So
I know. There is a lot for sure.
the Monster Hunter one's tough, right? Because it's like I know how much time we need, and then the consistency to get back in the groove of it. But it's like I don't
Yeah,
have
you
like
cannot
3 nights a week to do this.
you cannot take a week off of that game because you're
You're
just
gonna
done
forget
after that.
everything that's important. Yeah, those twitch
Yep.
reflexes are key. Yeah. I don't think I had any other gaming stuff. Just haven't had time to get. Oh, I did have one other topic, and that was that I think I talked about it. No, I know I talked about it when this happened a couple of years ago. But that Chad Caruso guy who did like the skateboard across America, he restarted that this month, and he's trying to do it in 30 days.
Oh,
So he's like on
jeez.
day like 17 or 18 right now, and I think he's going from like Venice Beach to like Jacksonville, Florida this time. And he's got a chase vehicle this time. So on top of like doing the daily vlogs, they're also like somehow remarkably like live streaming this whole thing. He's either carrying a phone or they're like following him in the van with a camera and a Starlink. Um, so it's been pretty interesting. He got hit by a car on day one, which I thought was pretty impressive. Like not hurt, obvious. I mean, they clipped him pretty good, but like he's stayed on his board. But yeah, he was saying like he's gonna have to average like 86 miles a day or something. And I don't know if he's gonna make that 30-day deadline because he's hit some like pretty rough ground and only made it like 50 on some of the days. But he has somehow gone over 100 miles in a day, which to me is just insane. Like being on a skateboard on a highway for 12 to 14 hours is just seems physically impossible. And the guy's like
And
45.
it's just like a normal skateboard, right? Not like a
Yeah.
longboard or anything like that.
Now
Wow.
standard deck size. He's got like some cushier like wheels, but even that, that's a lot. So yeah. If you're interested in checking that out, he's live every day with it and then does a daily recap video. But
Oh,
pretty cool stuff. It'll
yeah,
be
that's
it'll be amazing if he makes it in 30 days. I mean, on no matter what time he gets it done in, he's still gonna set a new Guinness record, but and then
yeah.
he's doing like a charity thing too. Wild to do it once, wild to make yourself go through it again. So
Yeah. Huh. So last time did he actually go through the mountains or what did he kind of
hmm
do the south thing again?
yeah, he went over the mountains. Yeah, that was like day. I'm trying to think. It was like day 6 and 7. He was really hitting the mountains on this trip too, and it just
Uh,
that looks like absolute hell. Like I just can't believe he does it.
yeah.
I mean, I guess the way down's probably a little bit better, but
Well, if you don't hit a rock, I suppose.
yeah. Well, the last time I watched one on a live stream, I think I watched him like eat shit 4 times in like a 30-minute span. He just kept hitting rocks and tumbling over.
Yeah,
But
jeez.
yeah, the amount of
You should have
perseverance
a
and
street
willpower.
sweeper with him.
Yeah, have a leaf blower just like out in front of you. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty impressive stuff. I think he's a little bit nuts. He'd have to be. Well, I mean, at
Yeah.
least this time he's got people with him though. The fact that he did it last time and had like no support vehicles, nobody with him. You're in huge areas without cell service. Like so much could have gone wrong.
Yeah. Huh. No, that sounds like a Mr. Beast challenge video or something like that.
Kind of
More
does.
than a guy that actually just doing it.
For every day that you continue to ride your skateboard, we'll give you $10,000. Uh, well, I think that's all
Yeah.
I got for topics.
Yeah,
Are we on to staff picks?
I think so.
Listen, I'll let you go first. I work with a guy who's very into this game as well.
Yeah. So speaking of like other big crazy large games that I've been playing is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Um which I kind of went in this like I've heard the buzz about it, but I didn't really know anything about it and I'm not like a big medieval like chivalry like those type of games where it's like straight up like battlefield combat, you know.
hmm
Um this one it seems like it was more of a Skyrim type of RPG, open world RPG, and it is. It's pretty much that. But holy shit, does this game beat the crap out of you? It
Yeah.
it is incredibly realistic as far as like the story is like you're following a noble who is trying to deliver a message to a king or whatever, and then shit goes sideways, and basically you are just stuck with nothing to your name. Nobody knows who you are, type of thing.
Sure.
And it's exactly that. It's like trying to live life as a homeless person now, like can't get any money. It's really tough to get any type of money. It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's really tough to get away with crimes and stealing stuff
Yeah,
or
that's the
anything
part I've
like
heard
that.
is like the repercussions for that are pretty painful.
Yep. But I think I'm starting to turn a corner on it. And boy, it's I looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is a big game. It's going to take me a long time. And then I've spent 20 hours in it probably, and I've maybe done 2 quests
No
in the
shit.
entire
Wow.
game, just because
Wow.
I've just been doing building up things to get money and get good clothes and skills and stuff like that.
Sure. And there's like a lot of like factions, like reputation and stuff in that one too, right? Like with different villages and like
Yeah,
alliances. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You have a reputation in every village that you're in. It is so crazy to for how realistic it is, because even like when you steal something, like they they notice it's gone, and then they like put the dots together to be like, oh, it must have been you.
So even if you just like sneak into a house and like grab something, like comes back to
Yeah.
haunt you,
Th- yeah, if your reputation isn't great in that town, they end up just accusing you of doing it, basically.
which sounds about right for that time period,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. And all the combat is, I mean, it's straight up like you are 1 versus 1, like swinging swords in different directions, and like and all the mini games, all the things like where you're doing alchemy, to, you make a potion in Skyrim. That's like you go in a menu and press a button. In this,
Sure.
it's like 5 minute process. You got to do the boiling. You put all this thing in. Like you're doing the whole thing in a video game for like 5 minutes to make this potion.
What's the day night cycle like? What does it run on? Like
It's
close to real time or
no, it's I don't know how many it is per minute actual real time, but it definitely goes by somewhat quick. You end up uh sleeping is a tough mechanic in this as well, because you need to have sleep to uh, just be alive pretty much, and then also that it's what heals you. There's not
oh,
really any other way to heal you, I don't think.
okay.
And you don't own a bed anywhere, so like if you try and sleep somewhere and they catch you sleeping in their bed, then they all get pissed off and run you out of town. And
Sounds right.
it's just crazy.
So you can't eventually like make a homestead for yourself, or can you?
You once you get enough money, you can buy a room in the um one inn that I've been in. I've also been like become an apprentice to a blacksmith who has since said you can have a room.
Oh, nice. How generous of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of
But
crazy to layer on like all the different mechanics into something like that and make you have to like earn every bit of it. And I assume the
yeah.
talent trees then and skill trees are like crazy in depth too and multiple paths and
Yeah, and it's very much like you're earning the skills by doing the skills. So it's like
sure.
you earn your things by getting better. Like your strength goes up if you're over encumbered when you're running around with like
Oh,
too much
really?
shit on you. You end up getting better strength skills because everything just like wraps around to be like that makes sense.
So if you just stand in place and jump endlessly, do you get like
Yep.
double jump and really? Okay.
Yeah, you get vitality or something like that
That's
skills. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of it. Like I definitely know it's not my type of game, but I can see why people are into it.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, it obviously is popular. Like it was up for game of the year last year, right? But it still just seems like it's still under the radar for a lot of people.
Sure.
And it was for me. I just knew nothing about it really when I started. I just heard some of the buzz, but
Yeah, the guy I work with, uh, he lives in an apartment, so he orders all his shit to the office, and he's had like the giant, like fucking 3 foot by 2 foot like collector's edition box just sitting on his desk for months now. I think he just like took the game out of it and was like, I don't need this shit in my place, so I'm leaving it here. I always threaten to just steal it when he's not here one day, but
Well, if your thievery is if you're wearing black clothes, that's also, I mean,
so you have to dress
everything
the
makes
part
sense
to
in
get
the.
people to not be like
Yep,
weary of you. That's
yep,
interesting.
yep,
So you have to bathe and stuff then too, like if you get covered in mud.
yep, yeah.
Uh,
And that's
wow,
a constant thing too, because you can only wash yourself so good in your in like a tub, or a trough basically. There's some
sounds like
baths that you can take, but
sounds like way too much for me.
yeah. And then your clothes get all bloodied up too. You gotta do laundry. You have to go to the river and clean your clothes with soap and.
Can you get like a wife to do that for you eventually? I
Not
made a
me. Not the way that I'm playing.
I made
They're
a very stupid comment when I came home today because my kid had a friend over yesterday and it's been raining obviously, so they like tracked like a big glob of like mud into our entryway.
Hmm.
And I came home tonight and it was still there. I was like, so we're just leaving this mud on the floor now? And my wife just looks at me, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm like, okay, sorry, my bad.
You're already on the floor. Like clean
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. It was a smart ass comment that I should have known better than to make. So, yeah.
Uh,
Is that's on Game Pass too?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Someday
um,
I'll actually work on beating it.
yeah. How many did you look up? How much time on average it takes to play through?
I think it's like 60 or 70 hours or something like that.
Oh, I would have expected more. That's not too bad.
The way I'm playing, it's probably going to be a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe like you said, once you get yourself better positioned, then you don't have to worry about so many of the day to day mechanics.
Hmm.
Um, so my staff pick also a game. Um, you might have heard of this because arcade cabinets popped up at the Washington War Monument. I think three of them did. I I played this game online because you can too, and I played Operation Epic Furious Straight to Hell, with straight being like straight of Hormuz. It's a savagely funny game if you're the type of person inclined to laugh at the content in which it's making fun of. Essentially, it's a 16-bit-ish RPG style game where you play as our great leader and you decide to start the war with Iran. You get over there and get all that oil, which they cheekily refer to as lube because oil seems like we might be a little too on the nose, so we want to throw the people off. And then you get to go on all sorts of kooky adventures and run into all the dingbats in the cabinet. And Vance tells you he loves couch. Um, Theo Vaughn shows up and asks you if you want to be on a podcast. You get to have a deep prayer with Hegseth so that you can get the right buff to defeat the weak on crime Pope. And then you
Oh,
get
wow.
to go in and bludgeon some schoolgirls, all before launching the TP nuke to finish off the war from your golden toilet in a bar in Iran. It is not long. I would say if you go through everything and do all the dialogue and stuff, which is what you're there for. You're there for the jokes, and they're all pretty. If you like the context of this stuff and like South Park type humor, this is all very well done. I laughed hysterically. As a game, it's not much of anything, but there are some nice Easter eggs. Like if you walk around some of the buildings, I found a Taco Bell Peace Prize and like there's just like some random stuff that it's pretty funny. It's free, so if you want to check it out, you can play it on your. I think you can play it on mobile. It'd probably suck. You want a mouse, so just do it in your web browser. But yeah, hilariously savage riff on our current administration, which I enjoyed very much.
So it's a live service game.
Pretty much, yeah. Uh, it's so stupid, but so funny. It just and
Uh,
like just the I think the part that like I laughed at the most was like the level up mechanics because you unlock new abilities. And there's one that's just like power grab, and it just like obliterates everything on the screen. And then like, if you really max it out, you can get the apprentice like you're fired that just like one shots everything, and it's so good, so
Are the
good, so
Epstein
dumb.
files the collectibles?
No, well maybe I didn't. Unless I missed something. There is there's that golden statue of him and Epstein like doing like the Titanic like embrace thing outside of the White House. What? Because you leave the White House to fly to Iran on Kid Rock's helicopter, um, and it's positioned just outside of that. Yeah, it's it's really funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
gonna have
get
to play that.
again. Yeah, probably not for everyone, but for me, it was a lot of fun.
If you're having a good time with us at Weekend Rental, I think you might enjoy all the great geeky stuff found on the Geekade Podcast Network. They've got podcasts about games, music, movies, and more. Plus, if you order off their secret menu, also known as the Geekade Patreon, you just might find an exclusive movie podcast hosted by Ryan and myself. Check it out over at geekade.com. And hey, if you'd like to turn Weekend Rental into a true multimedia experience, our YouTube and Twitch channels might just be for you.
I guess we're on to the weekend rental then.
Mm-hmm.
And we went with kind of a light one with everything we had going on. Weekend rental, if you're not familiar, what we do is we play a game for a given video game system. Andy and I will decide then whether we would personally buy, rent, or burn that game. We're talking about a OG Game Boy game here. And the game we played is Burger Time Deluxe, which I think we both mistakenly thought it was like a Game Boy Color game, but it is just a standard one, just standard Game Boy.
Yeah, which during research I discovered it was published 2 different times by 2 different people, which
Really?
is weird. Yeah.
Over the course of
So
its run, huh?
yeah. So like it was that popular. We're like, we got to release it again because
I
one
always had
was
like a
Data East, and then the next one was like Sunsoft, which is weird because it's like it's a Data
oh
East
yeah,
thing. So
right. Yeah, that is weird. I always had like a weird relationship with Burger Time because like obviously saw it in the arcade as a kid, like saw it on Nintendo, and like it just never hooked me in the way that it seems to with some people. Single screen game, like a puzzle platformer ish, I guess. I mean, you're just a chef walking around knocking various layers of burgers onto the ground to complete the burger patty, all while being attacked by living sausages and pepperoni or whatever the hell some of that stuff is. Like, I don't really know.
yeah, I don't know what that one was supposed to be. If it was supposed to be an egg or something. No, the eggs are later, so I don't know. I don't know what that thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this mostly just Burger Time. I
Hmm.
mean, they just put it on a Game Boy,
Yeah.
which is
The
fine.
deluxe part that it's like portable now. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's got probably better graphics than previous. I mean, if you were playing the Atari version or something like that,
Sure.
then it's like
Sure.
okay, this is way better. It did come out on NES, right? I
Yeah.
had to have. Yeah,
Yeah, it did. I think I own it.
yeah. So it's probably similar to that. I like Burger Time, but it is one of those games where you can just see the writing on the wall too much, where it's just like, I'm 5 seconds away from dying and I can see it
Right.
just because you're
Yes.
trapped by things. And that kind of sucks. I mean, that happens sometimes in Pac-Man, but I mean, it's not that much far in advance,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, it's very easy to trap yourself in a corner and be completely screwed.
Yeah.
And you kind of get better at it, like learning how to lead them and like understanding how the computer is going to react to your movement. But
Hmm.
still, it's not ever like you don't feel like you're fully in control of like guiding, or at least I didn't. I did not get particularly far in this playthrough. I will admit that. And like,
I don't know what it
why give me the
like.
continue option when I just go back to the first level anyway?
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Yeah, I did get a password, so you could
Oh, nice.
if you beat the one of the worlds, you get a password. So that's a plus, I guess. You can keep working on it.
How
From what
many
I
levels
understand, there's
are
24.
okay?
So
Yeah, that's a pretty good length for what this is, I guess. I
I guess if
think
you knew
what
what you were doing, probably not. But
yeah, I think that's where it gets hard is like they clearly the further you get into the game, it's like they clearly have a vision for how you're supposed to progress and like solve in the routes. And then if you're not paying attention to that, like by that third stage, I was like getting myself killed on like the first level. Like I couldn't even like really get out of there without dying. So
yeah, I don't know what the strategy is like as far as like what ones you want to move, or if it's just literally just get to the ones that you can safely. I don't
yeah.
know.
And then what's
Um,
like the bonus stuff? Is it like a salt and pepper shaker that appears on the screen that you're collecting?
yeah, well, you can shoot that, and that's what cut
Oh,
you. That pauses them for a little bit, then you can get by them.
fuck, I didn't put that together at
So
all. I'm an idiot. That's probably why I was
yeah,
struggling so much. Damn it. Now I need to play it again.
uh, but it's still only limited. It's only you only pick up a few here and there, and that's to me, like I said, it's a kind of a mitigation to the bad design of like, oh, you could just get trapped in a way of ladders that you're just nowhere to escape
Yeah.
from. Yeah, I always thought it was impressive with Burger Time was how you walked across it and half part of it would go down,
Hmm.
and it
It
only just
looks
a
a
little
little
bit of
jank on
the
this Game Boy version, though.
yeah yeah yeah
It looks like a broken pixel.
yeah. But the original, like the really old one, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
there's a mechanic that shows that you're making progress on getting this bun down.
Yeah. Yeah. The original one, like, definitely got benefit of color because, like, on the Game Boy, it's just like, looks like you're just almost like stacking like rectangles because, like, you don't see like the burger patty and the tomato slice and the cheese. It's just all these like gray bars essentially. I mean, you can tell the top of
Yeah.
the bun is the top of the bun, but everything else could be virtually anything, I feel like.
Hmm. And there's a few levels in this that are like scrolling too, which is kind of weird that you can.
Oh, really? I didn't get to that.
They aren't one screen versions.
Is that
So
exclusive to this version of the game, or does?
I
'Cause I don't
it
recall
might
that in the
be.
other ones.
Yeah, I think the other. I mean, I don't I don't remember playing the NES one, but obviously the old one, the Atari one and stuff like that are all single.
Yeah, yeah, and I've played the NES one just briefly because, again, I've never been a huge fan of this game. Not that it's bad, but I don't
Yeah.
know. There was something about like this style of game once it got to like home consoles where the NES had like so much more to offer. Like who wants to sit and play like this or like a Galaga, you know what I mean? When they felt like such outdated concepts.
Yeah.
It works well
Yeah, that's
for
true.
what the Game Boy is, though.
Yeah, tell that to Data East because they're still packaging it up and putting it out there, right?
Yeah, didn't they have like that weird Burger Time like amalgamation game that was like some sort of like crazy? I forget what that was called. It was like a couple 3 years ago now, maybe over the pandemic. That was
Yeah,
like some like
I
hyper
kind of do remember
spastic.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be interesting, but I never got around to it. I mean, and for what this is, like the visuals are fine. I mean, it fits the screen well. I think the music is a little boring and the sound effects in general. Um, so it's not like a powerhouse in the Game Boy. But I mean, you look at what you're working from as a base game anyway, it was never going to be that, I suppose.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I got very frustrated and kind of bored with it pretty quickly.
I expected more. I mean, not so long ago we did Balloon Kid, right? And that was
Yeah.
just like a whole
Nope.
generational take on
Yeah.
Balloon Fight, where I was expecting
Surprisingly
something
good.
like that. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
expecting more.
Yeah, I guess I kind of was too. Or at least I don't know. Well, again, I was expecting it to be a Game Boy Color game, so I was expecting like actual color palette, but when I found out
There is
that
a
quickly was not the case.
something that drops that I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm sure it's a food related item. It has a P on it. And when you pick it up, all the enemies die. And I'm like, well, you're just taken from Mario now. Like,
It's bastard. Maybe they took it from
could
this
be
game. Yeah.
the Pow Block. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I don't
Can
know.
we, let's do since this one's pretty light, let's do a review of Burger Time, the restaurant.
I mean, Burger Time, the restaurant is very good.
hmm It's been gone for a long time up there, hasn't it?
We've still got two.
Really?
Yeah, there's one on Main Avenue, and then there's one over by Junkyard in Moorhead, and I think they're both still running.
Okay.
So,
Huh.
which is just like a drive-through shack, basically that serves
hmm
remarkably good burgers. And then I always heard the rumors that like if you look at the aerial view of the building, it's designed as a cross because it was like run by like some religious group, which I don't know if that's true or if that's just a rumor people were spreading around.
Huh.
I don't know like what serving beef to people has to do with Christianity, but
It's Burger Time. Uh,
I mean they never went to a fish menu on Lent, so I'm
that's
guessing that's
true.
probably a
Yeah.
rumor.
Yeah. They can't be too religious if they're still serving
Yep,
burgers on
sinners.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the catch. Maybe that's when they get people. So you get like a pamphlet with your burger. They can try to convert you during Lent. It's like we know you're not going to church. Yeah, I
Uh,
kind of forgot about I forget about that place, but I did drive by the one in Moorhead recently. But yeah, I guess I don't know if they're both still operating.
yeah, I'm trying to. For whatever reason, I thought they were gone.
Well, because
Maybe
you
it's the
guys
one in
had one
St.
close
Cloud
to
that's
you that
gone.
went away, right? Like
Yeah, Fergus used to have one, but that one's been gone for a
because that
while.
one was nice because they like put it in like an old Taco Bell or something, so it was like a proper sit down one for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. We're losing all the good burger chains.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're all turning into Mexican places now.
yeah, and I just got the news today that Coburn's is shutting down our fucking grocery store. So looking at that, like Hornbacher's right next to me that's been there for I don't know a couple decades, and they're like, now we're shutting it down, which really sucks because now I don't have like the place I go 3 times a week to like grab a gallon of milk or like the one thing I need for the meal we're making that night. So
Yeah. Huh.
it sucks, and I can't imagine any other chain will take that spot up. So
No,
you know,
because both of them are the big ones in the first place.
mm-hmm. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of a blow to our neighborhood community because that was kind of like the hub of it. But
Yeah.
whatever. I'm getting off topic.
Huh.
So burger time. What would you rate it then on the buy rent burn scale?
I mean, I can't give it a burn because it is Burger Time. It's a
Right.
functional version of that, and I like that game. So yeah, I'll give it a rent. But yeah, it's not a. The deluxe is doing some pretty shitty work on this title, I think.
Maybe there's secret sauce in the cartridge. Yeah, I'll give it a rent too because I agree. It can't burn a fundamentally sound game, even if it's not one that I totally love. But there are much better options on the Game Boy. I don't think Burger Time Deluxe does a lot to add to the base game and make it any more appealing. In fact, probably the worst version. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'd
yeah,
rather play it on anything else, I think.
yeah. I think so too. Hmm.
But I guess that gets us through another episode.
It does. I want to hear about your local burger joints that have been around secretly forever and nobody seems to go to them and has rumors about them. You can email those at weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com. Um, Also check out the Geekade Patreon because we do a movie podcast on there, um, as well as, a bunch of other great geeky podcasts that you get access to with that. But until next time, be kind, rewind.
Oh,
Banana time.
Jesus. Banana time. That's our next venture.